Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're gonna be looking at a few stuffs, okay? But before that, I just want to thank you guys for the likes and the continuous support. Okay, don't hesitate to continue to share my videos to as many persons as possible, right? And to you guys who made a request on not understanding some things about the strategy which I posted on my previous video, don't worry, I'm actually working on that, on making a video for that. All right, so mind you guys, I also provide account management and mentorship. Okay, so right here, this trade, I and my team, we just took this trade. I'm just gonna incorporate the screenshots right here. Okay, this is exactly what I teach. All right, and I trade exactly this, so it's not been up to like 2 hours. Okay, this trade is almost hitting our TP. Even with a simple $10, okay, you can actually be able to make $100 from a single trade. All right, so that reminds me of something I have been planning. If you can see this trade with just a $6 stop loss, okay, you can be able to make $100. Okay, you don't need too much. All right, and mind you, yesterday we had some buy trade because we have similar patterns. We just trade the same strategy over and over again. It doesn't mean we don't lose, we lose. And when we lose small compared to how much we win. All right, so you see we are making 16% return on a single trade. So that brings me to today's class. So there's something I want to show you guys. All right, so what I want to show you guys is something very simple. I want to give you guys a goal and a plan. And all you need for that goal and a plan is more or less like a challenge, okay, to challenge yourself. If you've not been able to grow, let's say your $100 to $1,000 before, this challenge is actually for you, okay? It's actually for you. It's to help you build that consistency and build that focus, okay? You take it a step at a time. So here, all you need, here's the plan, okay? Here's the plan. So the goal is, let's say $100 to about $750. You can actually go more than that. If you can deposit more, than $100, okay? If you can deposit more than $100, you can deposit it $200. If you can deposit it $200, that is still good, okay? So if you can deposit it $200, it's actually still good. But all you need is just $100. So what do you do with this $100 to be able to attain this particular amount in a month? Okay, so because that is more than the average salary, especially here in Africa, it's more than a minimum wage. Okay, even $100 is still more than a minimum wage here in Nigeria. So that will actually go a long way for you. All right, so what do you need to do? So that brings us to the next phase. So let's say if you have $100, yeah, or maybe $200 is still better, okay? So if you have lesser, you can still try, okay? But the probabilities are actually slim, but you can still make it, okay? Let's say the first trades are actually successful, you build up the account. That way, yeah, you'll be able to do it. So most times, majority of the times, if you deposit this $100 into your trading account, indiscipline, not respecting your stop loss, risking too much, what happens? You end up what? You end up with blowing this account. You end up blowing your account, okay? So you end up blowing your account. So if you deposit this money into your MT5 account, you end up with a blown account, which leads to what? $0, okay? So it leads to what? A $0. So blown account. So if you deposit this account, this total entire money into here, it leads to blown account. So but rather, if you leave this money at your Deriv wallet, okay, what happened? You take a $10 to your MT5, you trade it from your MT5, you make money. Let's say I give a signal and it gives you $1:25, $1:30, $10 to $30, $10 to $40, $10 to $50. You once you get to that point, what happened? You take the profit. $1 to $50, you take the profit. Let's say it gives you a $50 right here. what happens? You take the profit. So you wait for, what you do is you wait for the next setup to actually come. Then what happened? That day, you're done for that day. You don't need to trade again. What happens? Your balance goes to what? 100 and your total balance goes to what? $150 dollars. So, but you withdraw it back to your back end. Here becomes what? $150. Okay, so $150. So you withdraw it back to your back end. The next day again, you come with another $10. You come with another $10. Okay, the next day again, you come with another $10. Okay, so you are only allowed to take 2 trades a day. Okay, you're only allowed to take 2 trades a day. All right, so you're only allowed to take 2 trades a day. So you come with another $10. All right, let's say if you lose the $10, there becomes 140. So if you win, luckily for that day, okay, if you win for that day, that means you make probably maybe another $50 also. So you don't have to wait for the trade to get to TP. Okay, you don't have to wait. Once it gives you that $50, $40, you take profit. Okay, I will be in the group. Okay, I'll be in the group too to actually guide you on what to do. So $50, $40, you take profit. So in that way, your account is growing. So another way which I can also advise you to do is to also take partials. Let's say I give a signal, you understand, it gets to 50, you close partials, that's $25. Let's say if you are closing to minimum of $25 every blessed day, at the end of the month, let's say $25. Let's say every day you're risking $25 times multiplied by 30, that should be about $750. Okay, that should be about $750 at the end of the month. Okay, but if you utilize this particular method which I said, let's say you enter with a 10, it gets to a 50, or so you close partials, or maybe it gets to 25, you close partials, and you let the remaining 3 run until break even. You're going to make more money. Okay, mind you, my stop loss are actually intact, guys. It covers for any account size. All right, so I also provide, if you cannot be part of this challenge, you have the funds, I also provide account management for that. Okay, so the entry fee for this particular to enter into the challenge, we're going to make this amount will be disclosed. Okay, it will be disclosed in the group, okay, my private group. If you're interested, just indicate, okay, and then chat me up. I will add you up to the group. Okay, so now let's look at why we are here for today. Okay, so this strategy is very simple. Okay, it's very simple. You already know the strategy. So right here we are looking at a setup. Okay, this setup, let me just use an example of this particular setup. We have a sweep of liquidity right here. Okay, we don't need the trade to be too perfect. Okay, we have a sweep of liquidity and we are having break of structures. We have a break of structure right here. Okay, we have a break of structure right there. And another thing too, we also have this pullback, which is my structural liquidity. This is a very good trade. Okay, this is my structural liquidity. And what happens here is my POI. Okay, so on the close of this candle, I'm in already. Okay, let's say I'm in right there. Okay, stop loss, just, you see, I have to take three lot sizes to be able to, before I would lose my $10. So target is here. That's about $13 times 3. That should be about something. That if it gets to $7 times what, or if it gets to $10 times 3, you can actually still close. Okay, you can still close that trade and look for another opportunity. All right, so it's and wait for another setup. Okay, so it's just as simple. So right here is another setup, but that one, it will take a long time. So let's look at another example. Remember I showed you guys the weeks 75, the weeks 100, sorry. So let me just show you guys another example. Yeah, so right here I'm waiting for this particular motherfucker here. So let's say You don't have to be greedy to load. You don't have to try to flip. The goal is to make money, at least $50 a day, $25 a day. Don't try to flip. Don't try to stack. Okay. So for this particular guy here, you use a 0.1 or 0.0015. Yeah. For I give you a stop loss. When it comes, we take the trade. You put your stop loss. It's more like you don't have to do any work. So as it moves, let's say it moves from there to somewhere the midpoint. That should be midpoint here should be something like, let's see how much would that be. So 6,800 and 6,950 something time. That should be about 60 something. 60 something to $90 if you use 0.0015. That should be about 90 something dollars. We're risking maybe $10. Yeah, $10. So if it goes to your stop loss, you'll lose probably maybe like a 7 point something dollars, because 555 times 0.01, that should be about 5 point something dollars. So that's just simple. That's all just we are going to be utilizing for this particular strategy, guys. You don't have to be scared about losing your money, okay? And if you have a good capital, you want me to actually trade for you guys, I will do this, okay? I will gladly do this. So you see this particular trade, yeah, let me just show you something. Let me just show you. So you see, this one is actually almost hitting my TP. All right, so let me show you guys how much did I actually lose on this particular trade. So I got a confirmation. Let's say I was risking a $120 because 55 lots in 4 places. That should be 5 times 6. That should be 30. So 10 lots should be giving me 6 times 10. It should be about $60. So $60 times, I have 20 lots. Okay, $60 in 2 times 2. That should be 120, and I'm making $1,000 from this particular single trade by risking $120. So it's just simple, guys. It's just simple. All right, it requires a lot of discipline. If I don't see my setups, guys, I don't actually involve myself in taking any trades. Now let's look at for a setup for together. Okay, let's look at a setup together. Mind you, the group is going to be open. So I'm waiting for this guy here. So we got to a key level. Yesterday we actually had a beautiful buy here. Okay, why did we actually take that buy? I will show you the screenshots. Okay, so we have a buy here. We have a sweep of liquidity right here. So we have an internal structural liquidity. Okay, so there are different setups. Okay, so I mark this to be my structural liquidity. Okay, so I mark this to be my POI. My POI is my point of interest, so I mark that to be my POI. So, and then we have our second break, and the sweetest part is we have a break above that area, which makes it more legit. So now this market comes back to this particular area. What do? I take my buys. My stop loss should also always be protected. Okay, so I don't want to be overload. Let's say I use 10 lots on this, or probably like 20 lots on this. 20 lots, I should be risking $80. If I risk $80 and I'm making $400, it's still good money. So that trade played out so nice yesterday. So the trade played out so nice, and eventually the high was actually taken out. So if I'm risking 80 and I'm making 500, not every trade is going to give you 1,000. Okay, not every trade, just mind you. So for this one, I'm actually going to wait for this particular sell. Okay, I'm going to wait for this particular sell for the market to come. So for this, I don't know. Okay, if it gives me a confirmation, my stop loss should always be above. I can put maybe $60 on this, and that depending on how the structure is. For this one, the structure is kind of close to the POI. So if it sweeps and then gives me a confirmation, stop loss above, that's I can use 20 lots. 20 lots can still give me probably maybe like a 600. So if it's smaller, if it gives me a good confirmation, I can actually make like 1,000 by using 30 lots on this. So it's okay, fam. So this is it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you like this. If you love to be part of it, don't hesitate to actually hit me up. Okay, before that, let's look for another setup. Okay, let's look at the 75. Hopefully we find something that interests us. So on the VIX 75, yeah, I had a setup there yesterday and I took it. All right, so I was looking at this too, but I'm not too sure of it. So is the low swept? Nah, I'm not. Let me see if the low is swept. We have, look at this, we have a sweep of liquidity to the left, break of structure, second break, pullback. So it's more or less, if you practice this strategy, it becomes easier and easier and easier. So, but I don't actually buy the setup like that because of the structure, the market, the strength of the market is actually a downtrend. So I don't want to be part of it like that. Feel me? So let's look at some other things, fam. Let's look at some other things. All right. So what I want to do is look out for again. Let me try VIX 100. Yeah. Let's try VIX 100. Sorry, not VIX 100. VIX 75 1 seconds. Yeah. Let me see what that is saying. Wow. Ooh, I've missed it. I've actually missed the trade. But this one, let me see. I've actually missed the trade. Yeah. So it happens though. It happens. So I've actually missed a trade, but it has not given me that confirmation I need. So let me see the 5 minutes time frame. No, it will still dip again. It will still dip. I need a good confirmation. Okay, I need a good confirmation to actually enter this trade. So mind you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video to as many persons as possible.